Well, I probably have to thank my dad for that because as a child I was super hyper. I could not stand still, and he got me into in the '70s. All they had was t-ball, and he got me into t-ball. Then I got into basketball and played in different clubs. And then in elementary and junior high and high school, I played high school sports, and that kept me wearing me out to where when I went to bed at night I fell asleep. So I absolutely love team sports. So all through that, then I played, and then in college I played sports as well. Actually, I was supposed to play softball, scholarship for softball, and I ended up getting a little bored with that and tried out for the tennis team and made the tennis team. Um, but I didn't really play a lot of tennis, but I liked the challenge. I was not first string in tennis, but I get to travel and get new rackets and new shoes and get beat all the time, but I had fun doing it. And then once I got out of college, I took a hiatus, had some fun, maybe a little bit of partying, then got back into endurance sports. Actually, I started, my father had a business. I got into the family business of cycling. So for 30 years, I did that, just now retiring off of that. So endurance sports, triathlons, adventure racing, um, road racing, mountain bike racing, cyclocross racing. I did all that and then just try to stay fit and ride a lot. And then when I turned 42 in 2012, somebody introduced me to CrossFit. And I don't know what it was, but I just absolutely loved it. And then 2 weeks later, they entered me into a competition and I won it. And I got really, really just loving it. I love the variation. I love the variety. I love learning how to eat better. So I really dove into that. And from that, kind of evolved over the years and got into fitness. And as I'm retiring from the bike industry, I've always loved coming to the gym and working out. And I had an opportunity at NBS to coach there, and it just really seems right. What I absolutely love to do is see people improve and do things better, become more fit, get those wins, because I know how that was when I was learning it. I want them to be safe. I want them to have fun, and I want them to feel better about themselves and do better. And there's something very gratifying about that. I think the first one I did was a Saturday morning, one of those kind of hero reward ones, and that was fun. It was fun to be on the other side of that, because I used to, when I was working out, I'd see other people and I'd be like, man, they're working really hard. They could be more efficient. But I'm not the coach, and it's really not my place to say that. But now I got to give a pointer and then see them sometimes have that aha and get that movement. Not always every single movement, but then they get the gist of, oh, that's what I need to do to make that more efficient or do it right. What I hope that I bring is enthusiasm, excitement, encouragement, at whatever level that is. And I was a little fearful of that. I was a little fearful. Can I be that person? And I feel like in the classes that I do coach, that I do get that feedback of encouragement. And it's not baloney encouragement. It's true encouragement. If they did something legitimately, I try to show them that's the win. But you did this. You may have not got 4 reps in, but you got 3 reps, which is 3 more than you got last workout. I'm exploring that right now, but I really do enjoy, maybe it's because I can relate more. I started really getting into the kind of the CrossFit world of things when I turned 42. So I was no spring chicken. I mean, that's when I learned most of this stuff. Now I'm 50, almost 56. So fast forward a decade and a half, and I feel like I can relate more, and especially to the older athletes, to get them more fit. But I also think I can encourage a lot of people in gymnastic moves if they want to take that step further, whether it's toes to bar or trying to get that pull up in, trying to get those movements that I was trying to learn at 42. Well, first, I think for a lot of people, it's getting that foot in the door and making them feel comfortable, because it can be very intimidating seeing the equipment and the other people around that maybe are just really big and just very muscular, and you are not necessarily looking to be that big or that muscular, but you want to get fit. To make them feel comfortable, and let them see what it can be, and to start the scaling to get to whatever they want to go. And it is very possible. You just have to have the motivation to walk through that door, and the motivation to want to be better than where you're at right now. Longevity. I mean, there's a lot of good. Peter Attia, I mean, he's a good example, in my opinion, of somebody who talks about longevity and just some of the small things you can do, to be around for your grandkids, to be around for the babies, to be able to hold them, pick them up, and play with them. We can do an assessment. I think that's probably the first thing, an assessment of kind of what they want, where they want to be, and then not a test, but to see where they're at in that, and then their goals of where they want to be, and we can take it from there. It could be some group classes, it could be some personal training, a combination of both of those, and ease into that, and also understand what they're currently doing. Personal training, you get a lot. Obviously, personal training, you get that one-on-one. I mean, I am completely focused on you, your movements, how you're moving, how you're tracking, how things are moving in your body, and to make you aware of the correct way to do it. Because we don't always know what we're looking like. We think we're doing something right, but to prevent injury and to do it safely and efficiently. And that's personal training gives you that. Group training gives you the accountability of showing up with your friends. And then sometimes if you got a little competitiveness in you, you look beside you and that your best friend's one rep ahead of you. Sometimes it's like, man, I can't let them beat me. So that's, I think, the group training camaraderie. And then you always tend to push yourself a little harder when there's a group around you. I think the biggest thing they could do is, if they haven't done anything, is to start with mobility and getting some strength in there, but not make it scary. Introduce that portion that see how they move and how that makes them feel better. I have numerous examples of people who have not done anything, and they're just coming in here, and just the warm-up wakes them up more, makes their blood flow, they feel more awake, and they're already feeling better, and it might be mid-afternoon. Come check us out. NBS, it's Memphis's best gym.